Marjorie Taylor Greene is coming for trans people again. I have an article from The Hill from today. It says Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene said she made a deal on Wednesday to change her no vote on the National Defense Authorization Act to allow her anti-trans bill to be voted on next week. She said, "I made a deal and changed my no vote on the rule to a yes in exchange for a floor vote next week on my bill that is one of President Trump's key campaign promises and executive orders," she wrote on X. So she said, "Steve Scalise has promised me that my Bill Protect Children's Innocence Act will be brought to the floor for a vote next Wednesday, December 17th. So this is next week. This would make it a Class C felony for a child under 18 to transition genders. This is insane. Every Republican campaign to protect kids from the trans agenda. If you don't know, the trans agenda is non-existent. It's completely made up. Greene's bill strengthens and codifies President Donald Trump's executive order banning gender transition procedure for minors, she said in a statement. "May I remind you, all major medical associations have said Donald Trump was wrong on this. There are not only two genders." Greene was one of several Republican lawmakers who planned to cast a no vote on Wednesday. Mike Johnson tried to persuade them to change their votes, but Greene still voted no. The bill was passed with 94 Democrats and 18 Republicans opposing. So let's remember that even though Marjorie Taylor Greene has been siding with Democrats on releasing the Epstein files, she is still a radical, hateful, far-right nut job. Making it a felony for a child to transition genders when all evidence, facts, research, and statistics support transitioning for trans youth. Why are they doing this? Why is it so important for trans youth to transition? Trans youth experiences high amounts of bullying, harassment, violent assault, and on top of all that, now they're experiencing being persecuted by the government. All of these things cause suicide rates to go up in trans people and trans youth. So the very basic thing to prevent trans people from committing suicide is healthcare. Imagine being a child in grade school and you were suddenly forced to use the opposite bathroom. You weren't allowed to play sports, and you're being told by con men in government that your identity is a crime. This behavior is extremely harmful to trans children. Republicans are hurting American children on purpose. The false narrative, the lie, that trans people have some secret agenda to transition everyone, as everyone in their family, as Trump said the other day, is laughable, it's ridiculous, it's as ridiculous as the Pizzagate conspiracy. There is no trans agenda. Trans people are 1% of the population. And we're a very marginalized community. This is not something we would want other people to have to go through. But the MAGA base was chosen by Donald Trump for a reason. MAGA is the most uneducated portion of the United States and is very likely to believe lies and conspiracy theories because they don't have the knowledge of how to fact check anything. They're also highly likely to be involved in religions and cults like MAGA and Turning Point. A recent study actually shows a correlation between your intelligence level and your likelihood to believe in a religion. So basically, the less intelligent you are, the more religious you will be. And MAGA doesn't know anything about real trans identity because they have grown up hearing propaganda from Fox News, Newsmax, their churches, and their Republican representatives who lie every day. So remember, do not trust Marjorie Taylor Greene or any Republican because their policies and beliefs are based on the denial of fact, evidence, science, research, and expert opinion. They lie about everything every single day to take advantage of the most uneducated people in America. Tell me in the comments, do you think the government will pass this bill to make it a felony to transition if you're under 18? Please like this video, share it, share it, share it. Trans people are being suppressed in the algorithm. I'll be back soon with more news.